When planning your endless climbing wall, one of the key questions is whether your room is limited in height or not. This single detail affects the entire design, especially the height of your frame beams and how much clearance you have for the rotation of the wall. There are two main scenarios. The first scenario is when your room is height limited. Maybe your ceiling is low, or you have a roof that slopes downward. In this case, most people try to get the maximum possible climbing height out of the space. That usually means placing the upper climbing holes as close to the ceiling as possible. When you do that, the top holes become the closest point to the ceiling during rotation. This has a direct effect on your frame. The frame beams of your base construction must not be taller than the distance your holes stick out from the surface. If the beams are higher than the holes, the beams would hit the ceiling first, and by that you could not bring the wall into vertical position anymore. That was exactly the situation in my own setup. My garage roof slopes downward, so I had to adjust the height of my frame beams. They are slightly lower than the holes, which allows the wall to rotate cleanly without touching the ceiling. The second scenario is when your room does not have a height limit. If your ceiling is high enough that clearance is no issue, everything becomes much easier. In this case, your frame beams can extend above the level of the climbing holes. It's not required, but it simplifies the planning process a lot. You don't need to calculate every millimeter in advance because you can simply make the beams a bit longer without worrying about hitting the ceiling. This extra length gives you more freedom when mounting your upper anchor points later, because you have more space to position them comfortably and safely. So depending on your room, you either work within tight height limits and carefully adjust the frame, or you take advantage of a tall room and save yourself a lot of detailed pre-planning. Both options work. The goal is simply to match the design to the space you have.